Hi, Olia. Nice to see you writing again. So let's take a look at this essay. The first one is problems with pollution, the reasons, and solutions. Let's see what you said here. The number of detrimental elements exposed to the air and land, especially in huge cities, has become a serious issue over the last decade. I don't think this is what you mean. The language here is wrong. Detrimental elements exposed to the air and land. You mean something else than what you have said, so you need to rephrase this, okay? While there are several reasons why it comes about, the proponents of active environment protection emphasize that it is important to move industries away from cities and recycle garbage in the first place. Okay, this is also awkward here, this in the first place, okay? But I like proponents, and the rest of it was fine. One of the principal, and this is spelled wrong, actually principal, one of the principal reasons for pollution in megapolises is plenty of factories and plants producing goods for residents. Okay, also change this plenty of. You could say the plethora of, you could say the numerous, countless, endless, okay, something like that, but not plenty of. Okay. Because of increased demand for different products, companies build their facilities build them close to consumers to reduce transportation costs. Thus, a heavy concentration of industrial buildings in a city is beneficial for business owners and buyers, but it has a devastating effect on the environment as tons of dangerous liquids and gases are released into the air and land. To cure this conundrum, people should be more careful about the number of eco-unfriendly goods they buy regularly and consider replacing them with items from natural substances. This way, polluting manufacturers will find their goods unnecessary to produce and close their firms. For example, paints from natural ingredients can completely substitute ones from artificial elements which harm the earth, yet are still produced because of costs. Okay, a lot of nice language, a lot of nice vocabulary, some really nice grammar. So let's move on and see about the rest of it. Secondly, garbage accumulated over years in towns pollutes the surrounding environment. There are many large cities in the world, you don't need a comma there, where domestic rubbish collected from households is merely placed somewhere in a suburban area. Such piles of garbage do not disappear eventually, but they may start producing harmful chemicals into groundwater later on. Therefore, the situation is exacerbated by not only humans, but also animals and plants that consume the water. Okay, you don't mean it's exacerbated. That's not the right word here, although I like this word. This is not what you mean. I think you're basically saying that the situation affects not only humans, but also animals and plants that consume the water. Thus, the best way to tackle this issue might be by recycling the garbage. In such a case, resources could be replenished and could save costs and the environment. For instance, the overwhelming majority of the European countries have factories to renew resources, and it has decreased the amount of rubbish disposed to the earth. This is a little awkward here, disposed to the earth. Rubbish produced is what you really mean here. By 10% since 2005. Okay. So, to recapitulate, two of the most significant reasons why pollution has become a critical issue nowadays are the amount of garbage from households and a giant number of industrial buildings in cities. These issues could be mitigated by recycling the rubbish and revising the ecoharmic products consumption. And revision of, I don't even know if this is what you mean here, really, the revision of, maybe like a rethinking of, or avoiding eco-harmful product, and that should be with no S here. Consumption, let me try it again. These issues could be mitigated by recycling rubbish, without the, and avoidance of eco-harmful product consumption. Okay? Or you can even get rid of the consumption. Just say avoidance of eco-harmful products, and then you've got it. Okay? It's nice. It's well developed, so I liked it. You did the problem and the solution to it in one paragraph, and that's fine. That's one way to do it. Some people choose to put the problems in one paragraph and then put the solutions in another paragraph. Both ways are fine. So no problems there. You used some nice vocabulary, but unfortunately you also used some incorrect vocabulary. That's also okay at this point, because it means you're taking risks with vocabulary, and that's important. You need to take risks in order to improve. I just want you to make sure that you are learning from the mistakes that you're making, and can avoid making them in the future, because that was probably the biggest problem here, Olia. It was the vocabulary. The coherence and cohesion was good. You did things like such and this, and you did a lot of these nice fluid ways to create I can't talk this morning. Cohesion. And I like that. Like, this was nice to cure this conundrum. That was nice. There was a couple of other areas. Such piles of garbage I really liked. I already said that. So in such a case, that's what I really liked. So all of these things were really good. So for me, the weakness in this essay was the vocabulary. Just be aware of it. Be careful. And some of the phrasing was a little awkward too, now that I think about it, which is kind of grammar / vocabulary. So be aware of those areas. Try to write a little more with, like, thinking with an English syntax, and not so much with a syntax that might be more appropriate in the language that you use. So let's move on to your next essay. I think it's a letter. Let's see. Yes, it is. You're looking for a summer job. Okay. Dear Sir, Madam, this is about an advert for a new IT company staff required in the recent jobs newspaper. All right, let's fix that a little bit, shall we? Well, not this is about, but I am writing regarding the advert for IT company staff, full stop, or in the recent jobs newspaper. Okay, you could have taken out some of these extra words. My name is Olga Borsuk, and I am looking for a temporary job during during the summer, or for temporary job next summer. Okay? I'm interested in a full-time opportunity from April until August at the office not far from a central part of the city. Convenient? Public transport near a workplace would be a significant advantage for me. Also, I would like to take over serious responsibilities at a new position. It would be great if I could work as a junior software manager, because I have strong knowledge and skills in this area. I have a major? What do you mean? Does that mean you're still studying? I'm not sure. You should, if you are still studying, you should probably say that. Okay? I have a major in managing of software systems and more than enough of experience with commercial products. I have good understanding of Scrum and Agile, as well as software development and testing. Thus, I could be a right person for your IT company this summer. Please find my CV and the reference letter enclosed below. Looking forward to hearing from you. Yours faithful, Olga Borsuk. Okay. So, Olga, before I corrected anything, I wanted to read the whole thing through, so I could get a sense of what you wrote in this letter. Okay, there were some areas that I didn't really care for. They didn't feel terribly professional or terribly appropriate for a CV. So, I already corrected the grammar here, and then I know it says here, explain what type of job you like, but I felt like you were focusing on the wrong areas. It's almost like a misinterpretation of the bullet. So you were focusing on where you want it to be and the public transport, and that's not what the prompt was referring to. That bullet did not ask you, like, oh, how far do you want it from your house, and what kind of salary do you want? It was more like, what kind of job do you want? Well, like, what responsibilities do you want to have, and what position are you interested in? Okay, so this is more what the bullet was referring to. So I felt like the development here was a little inappropriate. Okay, let's see. You did talk about that a little bit. So, and essentially, this for me was unnecessary. And then you should have probably, you could have split them up, but you could have also just expanded on these areas. I felt like this needed a lot of expansion. Okay, especially if you had taken out this whole section about the public transport and the location and all that stuff, okay? So, this is very informal for me. It would be great if I could, okay? So, you could have said is something like, ideally, I would like to work as a junior software manager as I have strong knowledge and skills in this area. I am currently a university third-year university student with a major in managing of software systems. And as such, I don't like more than enough of experience. First of all, it's wrong grammatically, but you could have said I have considerable experience in this area with commercial projects. Good is a really basic word, so I also don't want to see that in your essays. There are several words that I really never like to see in Ielts essays. They are good, bad, nice, big, small. There's so many more rich words in the English language that you can use to express this, so let's try to use them, okay? So rather than saying I have good understanding, you could say I have solid understanding. I have in-depth understanding, something like that, okay? You can even look online to see which words collocate with understanding, and I'm sure you can find something that is a better fit than good, okay? So I have a solid understanding of Scrum and Agile as well as software development and testing. Thus, I could be. Also, let's not use I could be. You want to say that, you know what, I'm confident. I know I am a good fit for your company. So you could say, thus, I am the right person for your IT company this summer, and then that's fine. Yes, okay, so that's my feedback on this. There were quite a few things that I wanted you to fix here. So the first thing is your task achievement. You needed to develop a little differently. All right, as I've already explained. Then you could change some of the vocabulary, as I've already talked about. Make it a little more formal sounding in certain areas. All right. This, I said already, was awkward. This was inappropriate, as well as a couple of other little areas as well. So now, of course, Olia, what you need to do is correct these. Return them back corrected, error correction list, new essays. We're here. We're looking forward to them. So good luck with your next set.